Hello everyone and welcome to the Theimpactplay. My name is Mohammed, otherwise known as It's Yaku, and I'm your host and producer on the ones and twos, and we are your one-stop shop for the news, discussions, reviews, and the reviews around gaming, tech, and entertainment, sports, esports, and music. We are also keen on uplifting voices and even highlighting their stories. Your support keeps the lights running and keeps the content coming. You can support us over at anchor.fm/Theimpactplay, where you can get access to some exclusive content, including an ad-free version of the show, a whole lot of content before everyone else, and more. We are Epic partners, so every purchase you make within the Epic store, when you use our credit code at MacPlay, we do get a commission to help support the show in a brand new way and no extra cost to you. So use that credit code whether you're buying anything in Fortnite, Fall Guys, and more. No matter what you play or how you play, even if it's free to play title, it'll definitely go a long way to help us support us here on the show. This episode of the Theimpactplay is also sponsored by Audible. However, me and the team will tell you about that later. This is Theimpactplay's Reviewcast, episode 284, where we are reviewing the 5th episode of The Last of Us, so stay tuned and enjoy. You can sign up for your free 30-day trial and immediately get access to 1 credit. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get access to 2 credits, and it's good for any premium title. Simply go to audibletrial.com/Theimpactplay. Once again, the URL is audibletrial.com/Theimpactplay. Thank you to Audible for sponsoring this episode of the Theimpactplay. Alrighty, folks, so it is time for our review for The Last of Us episode 5. So, like I said previously, like the character development is really good. The story is the way it's unfolding is really getting really interesting, and the way these characters are, the relationships between these characters are. What's the way to get out of it without really spoiling the game? I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible. Not improving, but the way these characters are building on each other, and also in this particular episode, we saw how their relationship, I guess, evolved with these other characters. Even though these characters were temporary, they still made an impact on our main characters, Joel and Ellie. But otherwise, like I said, the story is getting better. We're learning more about these characters, and then just the way the story is unfolding, and yeah, literally. And then we saw a whole slew of action, which I'll get into in a bit. But otherwise, all in all, it's definitely getting better. Unlike Velma, where it's getting worse. with each episode. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so on a review on the Theimpactplay scale, I'm gonna give it a solid 4. I'm giving it a solid 4. So of course on the Theimpactplay scale, that's gonna convert to an 8. Otherwise, it's looking really good. And then the way they, I guess let's get into, I guess let's get into the spoilery content as well. Spoiler warning, folks. They introduced, well, they kind of hinted at these 2 characters in the last episode where they were being hunted by, what was her name? Hold on. I just had an IMDb's page open. Hold on. Caroline, if I'm not mistaken. So I listened to the companion episode as well. Uh, Kathleen. I was close. And then I guess her second lieutenant Perry. But Kathleen, the way she was introduced, she was really something. So apparently, the city that they quote unquote liberated from not the government, but because it was a P. Rebel soldiers. I forgot. Hold on. Okay, let me search this episode, and then let's see. Oh, here it is. Here's a recap. Fedra. I knew it was something around there. So they quote unquote liberated their little town, I guess, from Fedra control. Even though they were a lot better off with Fedra being in control than them being in control, because they did not know what they were doing. They were falling blindly to this new character that they introduced. What's her name again? Kathleen. Because she wanted nothing but to get her revenge, to hunt and kill down, I guess, these two characters that were these other characters that were introduced, Henry and Sam, his little brother Sam. So Sam, what's interesting about him is, he's actually a deaf character IRL, and he was using American Sign Language to communicate with his older brother, Lamar, and everyone else as well, with a handwritten one of those etch a sketches, but not really an etch a sketch. It's like a handwritten sort of thing. But yeah, but nonetheless, that's a nice little tidbit that I learned from the companion podcast. Yes. So where was I? Oh, Kathleen. The way her character, she was all about revenge. That apparently when the town or whatever it was under federal control, she was jailed for literally no reason at all. Okay, but that's a lot better than what you're doing to them. You're not putting them in jail. You're killing them, killing everyone that did you wrong or what have you. Like no one else matters. So how is that right compared to what they did to you? You're a whole nother level. So, and the way, uh, like and not only that, there was an area as they were looking for Sam and Henry, because they didn't know about uh, Joel and Ellie until later on. But all in all, let's continue with this nice little recap, and I guess my hot takes and I'll discuss my hot takes as well. But nonetheless, fast forward, they find a not something on the ground. Instead of dealing with that issue, she wanted to put that on hold, and she told her, I guess, First Lieutenant Perry, uh, to let nobody in. But yet, she'd rather risk the lives of everyone else instead of dealing with that issue just so she could get her quote unquote revenge. Because apparently, we learned later on that Henry was, I guess, not the cause, but he had some effect on her brother's passing. But yet, you'd still rather risk everybody's lives, which we'll get to later on. How this actually had a major effect on the ending of the show, which was brilliant by the way. Okay, so fast forward. Sam and Henry and Joel and Ellie cross paths. They try to escape, and then as they're escaping, they're literally at the brink of getting caught. But something allows them to, I guess, escape them. Where remember that area that what Kathleen didn't. Well, she knew something was there, but she didn't want to deal with it. That apparently, uh, dealing with Henry and Sam were more important. So that, so as they were, I guess, cornering Sam, Henry, Ellie, and Joel. Uh, Sam takes a sniper rifle. There was this huge truck that's clearing out the cars in its path. Kills the driver. Driver swerves off. Well, not the driver. The truck swerves off and gets into a building and explodes. And then what happens? A few moments later, all these infected and cliques and even what did they call it? A brute, I think it was, where it's like this bigger clique. It kind of reminds me of Resident Evil with the bigger zombies. I'm like, wow, I was horrified, but it's a bigger clique, and then they just swarmed. I guess the quote unquote rebellions, whatever they were calling themselves, and then and then as they were trying to escape, as they were that pretty much helped them escape from them, from getting caught. So Perry tells Kathleen, "Run, take cover. Just keep running. Don't look back." Instead of running and getting to safety, what she does is she sees Henry and points the gun at him, getting ready to shoot him. And the most ironic thing happened. A little infected child jumps up and and then gets her. It ended so beautifully. I'm like, whoa. Like, she finally got what she deserved. But yeah. I guess fast forward a little bit. As they were trying to escape, we learned that Sam got infected. And then what Ellie tries to do is, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this earlier. Well, the other nice thing about this is Ellie and Sam. Sam's a little younger than Ellie, but yet there is not that much of an age gap. But yet the relationship, the impact that they had on one another was phenomenal. They ended up having a relationship. They ended up liking the same comic books and what have you. But yeah, I guess fast forward more. I guess Ellie reveals to Sam. I guess they reveal to each other what their greatest fears are. Ellie's was to be alone, while Sam's is, if you're infected, are you still the same person? So, we learned that before everybody rests and get some shut eye, that Sam got infected. So what Ellie did was kind of slit her hand, put her blood all over his infection, because apparently her blood has antibodies and what have you. Like, oh no, maybe and of course she had that mindset where maybe I could do something good. I can make a difference. I could try to save someone. Morning comes. Apparently Sam is awake, or what seems to be Sam. She goes over to him, and then next thing you know, he became infected. So of course I woke up Henry and what was his name? I literally forgot his name. Joel. But literally the saddest thing happened. So as Sam, what do I keep saying Sam? Joel goes for the gun. Henry grabs it before him. Like, he shoots at where Joel is, so stopped him from moving. Like, it's his little brother. Like, literally, he's been caring for him. And then Sam gets ready to jump at Henry, and he shoots him. Dead point in center. And then after that, it took him a minute to come to the realization that he killed his little brother that he was trying to protect and trying to care for, and trying to escape this little town area to get him to safety. And apparently, we also learned that he also has leukemia as well. So that's another thing. That his medicine ran out. So that's why he was trying to get him out of town. But nonetheless, after he came to the realization that he shot his own little brother that he was caring for and trying to protect, as Joel was trying to get the gun from him, like, please hand over the gun, so he doesn't do anything rash. He did something completely rash. He pushed the gun to his head, and bam! So, now moving on, they get buried, and then they move on. Literally, they move on. So the little time that these new characters, Henry and Sam, the little time that they of whatever time they had in this episode, they saw made an impact on these characters. So on both Joel and Ellie. So the show is definitely getting better. Like I said, it's improving, and of course that correlates with the amazing numbers that it's doing as well. So the viewership on this show is at an all-time high. So I guess thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you. Please keep in mind this will be a timed exclusivity for our supporters. If you guys are interested in becoming a supporter, be sure to join our Discord for more information. But all in all, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you. If you guys are interested in sending us feedback, here's how you can do so. So, you have a couple ways to do so. If you guys are listening on Spotify, after each and every episode, there will be a question about your thoughts or your feedback on this episode. You can let us know that way. And then you also have a couple other ways where you can send us an email to readmail@theimpactplay.com by leaving a voice note over at anchor.fm/theimpactplay, or even via email to readmail@theimpactplay.com. Or there's another way via Discord as well. I forgot about that way. But nonetheless, your feedback will either be read live or played live here on the show. And be sure to check out the regular show, The Impact Play, where we do record live over at Twitch, TV/TheImpactPlay, as well as YouTube.com/TheImpactPlay, where we will record live, as well as upload on your as well as over on your favorite podcast platform, where we do upload all our episodes, even our review casts, our interviews, and more on everywhere, pretty much. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please leave a review or even just a rating on your favorite platform. Be sure to share us on socials as well. We're on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, what have you. We are everywhere you are. So no matter however you consume your content or wherever you consume it, we are there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And have a great one, folks. Until next time.